say to South Africans, take IDs. How do you say to South Africans they must take IDs and then other people must not have documents?
The means of production.
Yeah.
The economy of this country, the commanding heights of the economy of this country are still in the hands of the white males.
Okay.
So compared to them...
Welcome to AfriFreedomChannel, the home of unapologetic truth, revolutionary insight, and fearless African commentary. If you haven't already, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more hard-hitting political analysis and historical revelations like this one. Your support keeps the flame of African liberation burning strong. We also urge you to engage with this video by dropping your thoughts in the comment section. Whether you agree or disagree, we ask that you do so respectfully. This is a space for critical thinking, not personal attacks. Disclaimer: the views and analysis presented in this video are based on publicly available information, commentary from public figures, and independent research. This content is produced for educational, analytical, and historical discussion. AfriFreedomChannel does not endorse any political party or figure, but we do stand for truth, justice, and the liberation of the African continent and its people. Julius Malema has been standing on business from day one. This is not political hyperbole, it's a reality that is once again being confirmed by recently resurfaced footage and comments online.
Provided to us by the Constitution.
Yeah, but you drive an E63, that's what you said.
No, C63. Yes.
But you can't say you are poor if you own a C63.
No, I'm very poor compared to those who owns the means of production.
Yeah.
The economy of this country, the commanding heights of the economy of this country are still in the hands of the white males.
Okay.
So compared to them, I'm nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just a drop in an ocean.
Yeah, but for you, in your personal capacity...
I'm a man who lives through a salary.
Yeah.
Yes, if that makes you rich, then it's something else. It means you're also rich here for you.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about your salary?
No, I can't talk about my salary. I'm going to be fired after this interview.
If you talk about
Matthew
your salary.
Bossa has made us sign a contract.
Yeah,
that you don't disclose the amount I pay you.
Yeah.
But what I can tell you is that...
But it said 20,000 in some publications.
That is extremely wrong.
Okay.
Compared to what I'm getting.
Okay.
From the provincial secretary of the Youth League.
Yeah.
When I was elected the provincial secretary of the Youth League, I bought a house in Polokwane.
Yeah.
And then when I...
You bought it cash?
No, I got a bond from a leading bank in South Africa. All my houses have got a bond.
Yeah.
And then when I became president with an increased salary, I bought a house again here.
In Saxonwold?
In Sandton.
Okay.
So I've been investing my money where it matters most, not in alcohol and ladies, like many other responsible young people do.
You are paying bonds on these properties.
I'm paying bonds. These houses are they've been financed by banks. I'm paying bonds every month.
Yeah.
I'm taking home nothing because of this investment I've made.
Okay. There's also an assertion that you own a 250,000 rand watch. Is that correct?
I'm not going to. The accessories, I mean, how do you know if that thing was given to me during my birthday?
Yeah.
You see me with a nice watch, which I don't even know the amount myself.
Yeah.
And you conclude that this is a 250,000 watch.
Yeah.
But also, what if that watch is Chinese, Hong Kong, that we bought on the street?
Yeah.
That conclusion is very wrong, without even wanting to verify
but
the facts.
Is it not proper to then say, no, this watch is not 250,000?
I'm not going to do that because if I do that, I'm going to subject the African children and youth to serious harassment by youth, I mean by the media.
Okay.
If the media can harass me, what type of a belt are you wearing? Let's see the socks. Let's see the watch. Well, how much is this tie? It means any African diamond which is shining is going to be called when it passes by. Come here. How much are you worth with your clothes? But it cannot be. That is a harassment at the highest level. And I'm not going to allow the media to do that.
In a now viral clip shared by Molepane, a much younger Malema speaks with raw conviction about the economic disparities in South Africa. He boldly states, "I am poor compared to the owners of production." These words, simple as they may seem, reveal a deep understanding of class politics and structural inequality. Malema's self-identification as poor was not a cry for sympathy, it was an indictment of the economic system that continues to marginalize the black majority. At a time when many politicians run from this kind of honesty, how powerful is it to hear a leader publicly admit that he does not own the means of production, and that this is the very essence of the struggle? How many of our so-called leaders would ever admit to still being poor in a sea of stolen wealth? Another resurfaced moment, highlighted by Atnalatha shows Malema calling out the parasitic role of capital in South Africa. The
last point I want to make is that there are patients who receive medication every month. Some of them are bedridden. They are being driven with wheelbarrows to go and collect medication on their own because no one can take the medication on their behalf. Checkpoint must go and investigate that. People driven with wheelbarrows to hospitals. Who are these people? These are the people who receive special visits when we register for elections. These are the people who receive special visits when we vote. They are called special voters because we want their votes. But when they are sick and it's time to collect their medication, there's nothing special about them. They have to be put in a wheelbarrow. It must come to an end. If there are special voters, there must be special throughout. There must be special with medication. There must be special with RDP houses. There must be special with SASA. They must be visited at home and paid at home. They are driven with wheelbarrows to the paying points. Only when their votes are needed, they are important people. It must come to an end.
Poses how black South Africans continue to be spectators in an economy built on their labor and suffering. He emphasizes that economic freedom will never come as a gift, it must be seized. Malema's consistency on this front is staggering. Year after year, speech after speech, he has maintained that political power means nothing without economic liberation. Is it any wonder that he remains one of the most targeted figures in South African politics? What does it say about our society when the loudest voice for redistribution is also the most vilified? Why do we fear revolutionaries more than we fear the system that keeps us poor? A particularly moving clip shared by @C_Nyumazani captures Malema speaking on land and identity. He passionately reminds his audience that Africans are not visitors in Africa, and that the land belongs to the people, not the descendants of colonizers. This isn't just...
We say to South Africans, take IDs. How do you say to South Africans they must take IDs and then other people must not have documents? No one must move in South Africa or Africa without documents, so that we can locate you if there is a problem. So, if you are worried about the criminality, you are worried about drugs, you are worried about this and that, why are you not supporting that we must document everybody? Let's document them. Let's document them. All of us here, when we drive, when they stop you, they ask you to produce a driver's license. Produce your document. You never have a problem with that. Once police or law enforcement sees something suspicious, where are the papers? I am from Zane. You know from Zane, ID something. Where is the stuff? Police must have a right to randomly stop and search anyone. And when you are not documented, they must arrest you and go and document you. In that way, there won't be people who are roaming our streets here without documents, because that puts the life of South Africans in danger, and it puts the life of asylum seekers' lives in danger as well, including our own tourists. But the problem is that when we speak about borderless Africa, we're thinking about these black people and all of that. There are a lot of illegal immigrants here in South Africa who are white people. Many of them are found in Cape Town.
Rhetoric. It's a reclaiming of historical truth. In a country where white-owned estates sprawl across stolen land, while the majority remain landless, Malema's insistence on land expropriation without compensation becomes more than a policy, it becomes a moral necessity. But how many of us are truly ready for that kind of justice? Are we prepared to confront the discomfort that real decolonization demands? Or are we simply comfortable with symbolic gestures that leave the status quo untouched? Malema's legacy, whether you agree with his methods or not, is rooted in clarity and courage. He has never pretended to be neutral in the face of injustice. From his days in the ANC Youth League to his leadership in the EFF, his voice has remained unwavering. While many have compromised, sold out, or disappeared into the system, Malema has chosen the path of confrontation. He speaks for the landless, the unemployed, the youth, and the marginalized. And in doing so, he continues to be a threat to the establishment. Can we afford to ignore voices like his when the very fabric of our society is unraveling under inequality? Is it not time we listen more closely, not to personalities, but to the truths they reveal? As we reflect on these clips and the timelessness of Malema's message, we must ask ourselves, what kind of future are we building if the economic architecture remains colonial? Why do we celebrate political freedom yet accept economic servitude? And most importantly, what will it take for us to move from applause to action? Thank you for watching AfriFreedom channel. We hope this analysis sparked something in you, an emotion, a memory, a question. That's the purpose of this platform. If you found value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Most importantly, we want to hear from you. What do you think of Julius Malema's stance on ownership, land, and economic justice? Let us know in the comments below. Your voice is part of the Liberation Project. Until next time, stay awake, stay free, and keep standing on business.